Welcome back to the Behind the Print podcast, where we feature industry leaders and uncover the creative minds and their businesses within the world of professional printing. Our mission is to provide you with inspiring, actionable resources that elevate your business projects and accelerate your journey to excellence in profit and in print. Joining me here today is President of the Deanzine, Pam Crawford, Dorothy Schultz, Assistant Editor of the Deanzine, Kip Brown, column writer for the Deanzine, and Marcus Winslow, cousin of the James Dean. Welcome to the podcast, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you guys are ready, let's just dive right in. Sound good?
Sounds good.
So, Marcus, you are James Dean's first cousin, and I understand that he lived in your home with your family from the time he was 9 till he graduated in high school. Can you tell us a little bit about how that came about?
Jim and his mom and dad were living in California, and his mother came ill, had cancer, and passed away. And his dad just didn't have any way of taking care of him there by himself. So he let him come back here to Fairmount with his dad's sister to live for a while. And I don't think anybody at the time knew how long he'd be here. And of course, World War II broke out, and his dad got drafted into the service. By the time he got out, it was 1945. And so Jim was well adjusted here. My mom and dad treated him just like one of their own. And he's been here ever since. He graduated from Fairmount High School in 1949, and that's when he went back to California. And with the intentions of spending some time with his dad, but I don't think they spent too much time together. Jimmy had his own place, and it wasn't long until he wanted to go to New York, because that's where all the television work was coming from at the time. And so he went to New York, and it's history.
Where did he grow up? Is that where you live now?
Yes, he grew up here in this house. He came here in 1940 and graduated from high school in 1949. So he was here for 9 years and came back on several visits after that, of course.
What was James Dean like off the screen?
Well, at the time, he was just like any other kid. He liked cars, he liked motorcycles, and I guess motorcycles was one of his favorite things. But he helped my dad on the farm. Anything he needed done, why Jim would help him do it. And he was just an all-American boy, I guess you'd call him. And he considered my mom and dad his second parents, probably considered my mom his mom, since he lost his real mother. And they were very close.
Interesting. Pam, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do for the Deanzine?
Well, my name is Pam Crawford. I'm from Hot Springs, Arkansas. And in 2003, I was sort of recruited by another lady to help with the Deanzine. And she quit a couple weeks later, so I became editor of the Deanzine. But it's been a real journey. I mean, I've met people all over the world through this magazine, and it's been, and made friends all over the world. It's like we're like a big Dean family. Marcus is like the CEO of the family.
So, what can you tell me about your audience?
Well, of course, pretty much everyone who joins the fan club, James Dean Remember Fan Club, gets the Deanzine, and they're from all over the world. We have people from just about every country you can think of, including Japan, Australia, Germany. In fact, we had 4 people from Germany yesterday here for the James Dean Memorial Service. They're just mostly people that are really, treasure James Dean, his acting, his way of life, his viewpoint. But we also have people that are interested in the 50s and cars, motorcycles, people from just all walks of life. We have dentists, doctors, just about everyone you can imagine, writers, just normal people like ourselves. But it's a pretty wide audience.
So wide. That's a very far-reaching audience. Japan, Germany, Europe. It is quite the reach.
Yes, Jimmy is especially important to the Japanese people. We have a lot of Japanese people that take the magazine and come here and visit, but they're from all over the world.
What niche do you serve for your audience?
Well, we not only provide a place where Jimmy can be remembered and where his legacy can be continued, but we also provide a place for James Dean fans to interact. Just that type of thing in general, just people getting together. Like I said, it's a big family. People send articles to me from all over the world. They write them themselves or they find them in a foreign magazine or foreign newspaper or someplace here in the United States. But we also keep people up to date on events that are going on that memorialize James Dean. Because something happens in the James Dean world every single day. I would imagine his name is mentioned somewhere in the world every hour of the day.
Absolutely.
It's a pretty far-reaching audience.
How do you gather materials for the Deanzine?
Well, some of it we write ourselves. Kip writes a column, Dorothy writes a column. I write a lot of things in it, but mostly people send in things from around the world. We're very reliant on our readers, and they're very astute. They're always on the lookout. Every day I get a message from somebody saying, oh, I saw this on Jimmy, or I heard this on the radio, or they come to Fairmount and they want to write about their experiences because it is a very unique, magical town. And it looks pretty much like it did in the 50s. And so when people come here, they want to share that story. They want to tell people about it, and they generally contact us at the Deanzine.
Dorothy, tell me a little bit about what you do for the Deanzine.
Oh, well, Pam asked me to be assistant editor. So I basically just read through the Deanzine and decide where someone needs a semicolon.
No, she does much more than that. Much more.
What's
your column?
But yeah, so my column I do with the president of the museum, with Christy Pulley-Berry, and we write about new additions to the museum and exciting events coming up. I'm sure you know we just had our James Dean Festival, so the next edition will definitely be all about that. And it was just wonderful to be able to share what's happening here in Fairmount with fans from all over, especially those fans who can't make it here. So they feel like, they're really a part of it.
It's a very close-knit community. So, Kip, Pam tells me that you've been doing a column for the Deanzine called West Coasting with Kip Brown as long as she's been publishing it. What can you tell us about your column?
Well, I found the first column I actually wrote for this issue. This is 2000 winter. And it's just like I wanted to cover stuff on the West Coast. And then also I started covering the folks in the Dean world, famous and otherwise, who passed on. It's just a little bit of like, based on the style of the old Hollywood columnists like Army Archer, etc., Mike Connolly. It's just like one page, but then it grew to, depending on how much room there's available, it could be 3 pages, depends. But I also write one for the James Dean Gallery newsletter as well. So I got the James Dean world covered on the West Coast.
What inspired you to start writing that column?
Somebody told me at a dinner at the James Dean Gallery that I should write a column. And I said, really? And I thought I'd give it some thought, and sure enough, started doing it, and I've been doing it ever since 2000.
I also understand that you're writing a book about James Dean. Can you tell us about it? How's it going?
No, it's been, how long, Marcus? About 30 years now I've been working on it.
It's been a while.
It's never ending. Let's put it that way. It's a day by day like, let's think 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, it's 6 degrees of James Dean. So everything that has to do with James Dean up from Shakespeare's time to today, it's in the book. And it'll never be complete, but, I'm trying to make it complete. So I keep adding to it, and one of these days I'm inspired again, so I'm working on it wholeheartedly right now.
Well, if you ever do decide to finish it, we're definitely willing to help you get it printed.
Well, that's great, because I'm going to be self-publishing it. So yeah, good to know. What's your company again?
Printing Center USA.
Fantastic.
And speaking of print, how has print helped elevate the Deanzine?
Oh, tremendously, tremendously. When we first started doing the Deanzine, when I first started, the people before me had done a black and white, basically on a copy machine. And this man right here decided that he would buy us a commercial color printer. And so when I started, we were printing the Deanzine in color, but I was printing it myself at home, which you can imagine how time consuming that was. And then this went on for 10 years or so. And then as the printer aged out, we decided to look into printing it commercially, and we found you.
Yeah,
And
we appreciate it.
Elevated it because it's made it a much slicker publication. It looks more like a true magazine you'd see on the shelves of a store.
I actually have a couple of issues here, and they turned out great.
They're
Yeah,
fantastic.
yes,
I love
Yeah.
it. The slick paper.
It really did elevate it when we went to using your company, and I thank you for that. And I thank you
Anytime.
for the color printer to begin with, because that was the inspiration was, we don't want to just do it like off of a copy machine. We want it to be a real magazine.
This is kind of what they looked like back in the day, just these black and white images.
That was the old one.
And that's
Yes.
my column. Before I started wearing a hat 24 hours a day.
So tell me about, do you guys have a favorite James Dean performance?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Mine is East of Eden. Mine is East of Eden. And the reason is because I think you get more of the sense of who James Dean really was, according to everyone in this town, because we've met people, not just Marcus, but so many of his classmates. In fact, there's still several of them still living. So many of his classmates have said, if you want to know who James Dean was, watch East of Eden.
How about you, Marcus?
Yeah, and East of Eden's always been my favorite. We've seen it at the movie theater before it was open to the public, and I just was blown away by how much it just seemed like him up there, and didn't really seem like he was acting, and he just had a way of capturing that character, and it was just Jim. That's all there is to it.
Dorothy, Kip, do you have a favorite?
Sorry to not be able to vary it, but I would say East of Eden as well. It's just that, that raw emotion. I don't think that performance will, his performance in East of Eden is unmatched in my humble opinion. Nothing in cinema history equals that performance.
And I love
Yep.
them all. Rebel Without a Cause would be it for me because I'm from Los Angeles, and they shot it all around town. And it was a hobby of me to try to find these places. This is before the internet, but that was the first film I saw, and I loved it, still do. And I'm going to see it November 3rd at the Griffith Observatory. They're showing it, special screening, which they don't normally do. And we get to
That'll be fun.
Yeah, we can roam around the grounds and see all the sights.
Well, I guess East of Eden is next on my watch list, followed by Rebel Without a Cause.
You should watch all three.
Giants is a great film too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Yeah,
great
you watch all
films.
three.
That's why he's still remembered. 3 performances, and to this day, people all over the world remember him.
So, sort of a different question for you guys. If you had a day completely free to spend however you'd like, how would you spend it?
At this farm, at the
Okay.
farm where I was raised, it's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Yeah, probably much like today, because this is my day off and this is where I'm spending it.
And Fairmont for me, just this is my home away from home. I love it here.
I
Yeah,
understand it's retained a lot of the same aesthetics of the 1950s. It sounds very charming.
Yes.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
If you're a James Dean fan, there's always something to do, someplace to see. They have two James Dean institutions in this town. There, of course, the cemetery, the gravesite, there's a new monument at the gravesite. In Marion, about 9 miles down the road, there's a beautiful birth site memorial that's placed on the very house, on the very land where the house he was born in once stood. So there's just something everywhere. There's billboards around town, walls, murals that are just gorgeous. They treasure him in this town, and they make it a great place for Dean fans to come.
Next time I'm on the East Coast, I'll have to check that out.
Yes, do.
So, one last question for you. How can our listeners get in touch with you to learn more about James Dean, collaborate with you on the Deanzine? What's the best way to get in touch?
The best way for me would be through my email, which is pjcrawford@suddenlink.net. But also, we have a post office box here for the fan club. It's Post Office Box 82, Fairmount, Indiana. Zip code, Marcus.
46928.
What's the zip code?
46928.
46928. Or you can get in touch with the James Dean Museum, the James Dean Gallery. There's several ways to get in touch with us. Oh, and we have a website. Well, it's not a website per se, but we are on Facebook under James Dean Remembered Fan Club.
Well, great. Did you guys have any questions for me?
So you're definitely going to watch at least one of the movies today?
At least one.
Sometime soon.
First, well, gonna hit the gym after work, and when I get back, I'll give East of Eden a watch.
Very good.
then we'll meet you for dinner later, okay?
Yes.
All righty. Well, I'd say that's a wrap on another episode of Behind the Print. Thank you to our listeners for joining us as we explored the artistry and innovation of the printing world. Remember, having a strong vision, building the right strategy, and using tools like print to amplify your message will make your brand stand out from the crowd. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to get your sample pack today from PrintingCenterUSA.com and share it with your fellow business enthusiasts. Until next time, keep those creative sparks flying, and remember, there's always more to discover behind the print.